Hey, Ara.
Hey, Andrew.
Welcome to our very first ever Honey Wagon commentary track.
First ever. I'm excited.
It's going to be interesting. You know, I've never done one of these before. Going to be an exciting thing, I'm hoping.
It's going to be a lot of talking.
A lot of talking,
I'm not
as
sure,
it should.
2 hours of straight talking.
2 hours. 2 hours. And the movie that we are going to be looking at today is Raiders of the Lost Ark. I know there's an Indiana Jones ahead of it, you know, and that's fine. But I still call it Raiders of the Lost Ark, or just Raiders.
Fair.
For short.
Do we need any background? I'm sure everybody, anyone that's watching this has probably seen this movie. They're not tuning in for the first time to hear our take on a movie they haven't seen that came out in 1981, 40 years ago. Do we need any background? We know it came out in 81. Oh, we're not doing headphones this time. Hope you're okay with that.
No, I'm totally fine with that. Less sweaty. All right, Ara. All right. We have the Paramount Pictures logo starting. So if you're going to listen to this with the movie, now would be a good time to start it. Beautiful Hawaii.
Is that Hawaii?
I'm pretty sure it's Hawaii. Hawaii. And
the back.
Yeah, the back. Lucasfilm.
The first person we see, of course, in silhouette is Indiana Jones.
First. Great title. But you know, that's the thing too. It's a great introduction. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. You just see his back, and you're just kind of like, oh, that was a nice transition from the mountain into another mountain.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, this opening is a mini movie in and of itself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going through, and there
he is, Alfred Molina, the young, very young Alfred Molina.
Very young.
Love that guy. Denholm.
Denholm.
Great name.
These are all great characters.
Norman Reynolds. Love that guy.
Even if I don't know their
Douglas
names.
Slocum. Oh, Douglas Slocum was on this?
He was.
Robert Watts? Yeah. So this is all Hawaii, you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all Hawaii. John Williams.
That guy's got a future. Kazanjian. Finally, an Armenian guy.
Yeah.
Howard. Imagine my name was Howard in Albanian. That would be very
I don't think I would ever be friends with you.
I'd be a very
if your
different
name
person.
was Howard.
Howie.
I'd probably call you Howie.
Oh, God.
But of course here, you know, you see these two guides who, you know, sort of know what kind of danger's lurking in here, but at the same time,
We're assuming they're locals because they know about the, what's the tribe called?
Jovitos.
Jovitos.
Yeah.
So we're assuming Central or South America. Do we know?
Well, it's South America. The title card will come up in just a little bit.
Is it 39?
36.
36. Jeez.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
It has. But it's great. You know, they can't wait to get their hands on this poison dart. Yeah.
Jovitos are near.
Dude,
you just taste it.
Still fresh.
It's like, you know, and this were a different movie. It's like a cop like tasting the cocaine, like putting on their gums.
Oh, absolutely. And then doing it again because that's policy. That's the way you do it. It does remind me, though, that you've got these characters who are following Indy. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
36.
So they just say South America. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, nondescript.
It's a big continent.
But, you know, in a scene like this, you know, Indy's, when I was younger, I remember thinking, why is he holding a leaf? What is he doing with this leaf? And then later I realized it was not a leaf. It was a map.
Yeah,
a map with no names.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
This guy.
But he's, you know, you got to question Indy's
hears,
intelligence here. Because, okay, he gets this guy. He turns on him, right? And then, great introduction.
There you go. See his face. Han Solo. When is Indy going to be brought into the MCU? Because we have Alfred Molina, who is Doc Ock.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Was he in his 20s at this point?
I'm not sure.
How old is Harrison? He's in his 30s, right?
So I think Harrison was born in 42. So he was 41. Wow. I think when he made
He's
this.
my
he got a
age,
late start.
basically. Jeez, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is what I mean, like this bag of sand, because I was always kind of questioning it, but
I always remember having a difficult time understanding the name Forrestal.
yeah,
I didn't know what they were saying. It was hard to understand.
No, I didn't understand, and
That's there. You don't know.
Well, it's what's going on with the names in this movie.
You don't
It's
know
like,
anyone's
What
name.
are their names?
All I know is Indy and Marion and Sala,
Exactly.
and of course Marcus.
Oh yeah.
Marcus Brodisa.
I know Belloc.
Oh yeah,
I definitely for sure.
good dude.
But I think here
Misunderstood.
here's the origin. You know, you can see on the back of Harrison, there's already tarantulas on him. But this is the origin of Alfred Molina's character of not liking Spider-Man.
You're
So-
right.
so
Oh my
he
goodness, I
just-
didn't even think about that.
He's just like, I will have my revenge.
He hates spiders.
Yeah. And I don't know. Would you
Peter
would you
Parker.
let people put
Oh
spiders
yes,
on your back
brilliant
like
but
that?
lazy. No, that's the one thing I can't handle. I'm not terrified of spiders.
Sure.
I'm the resident spider wrangler in the house. But I mean, you would have to pay me a lot of money to cover me in tarantulas. Tarantulas.
Tarantulas.
Tarantula. Tarantula. Have you ever seen the movie The Pirates of Penzance? I've seen that film probably like 15, 20 times. It's one of my sister's favorite movies.
I imagine I have not seen that.
It's actually not bad.
Is that no, there's Forrestal.
And there's Forrestal.
We see this is a good scene, and I'd rewatched this earlier. I was thinking like, this is a scene that shows that Indy's a little bit nervous, you know, and just seeing like, okay, I mean, it's great. It's great how they
Good shot
did
from
this.
the bottom of the pit.
It's great angles. You know, they're very creative with their approach to.
Fatty. Just breaks. Come on, Molina.
But like that's the thing. You've got Indy.
That's good right there. Pushes him away.
Get off me. You've got Indy, who's like, he's brave, but he's going through and he's like, okay, Forrestal, he was good, he's very good. Now he's dead.
Yeah.
And
Apparently
you're just
not that
kind of
good.
like, Indy better be careful. And I wonder if that noticing that caused him to be more precautious here instead of just like walking in. He's not an idiot,
Mhm.
but like this part, he's like, you know, shut up, dude.
The booby traps, the famous, the infamous booby traps. Very,
Exactly.
quite creative. You know, the jungle that they were in reminded me a lot of my backyard growing up in New Jersey. So I would literally venture into the woods dressed up like Indiana Jones from the age of like 10 to 12. It was my thing. I loved this character. I loved this movie.
I gotta say, I know we talked about this earlier, but aside from a few brief moments of pretending that I was hanging off a cliff or, you know, things like that, I don't think that I was ever like, oh, I'm gonna be Indiana Jones today.
I was obsessed. My parents even bought me a whip when we were in Tijuana on vacation in the early 90s. For some reason, they thought it was a good idea to give me a whip.
You're right.
Which was fun. I definitely cracked my face open a few times, just like Indiana Jones, but that just made me feel cool. I wish I still had that whip. They threw it away when they moved to Los Angeles, unfortunately.
That sucks.
I was surprised I was able to bring it on a plane, although it was the 90s. Nobody cared.
Well, he brings a gun on a plane in the 30s, so
You can bring a gun on the plane now.
yeah. Do you think that's a solid gold idol? Because I don't think that bag of sand is really
I
cool
doubt it.
in weight.
It kind of looks like that guy right there.
Sure. Have you taken a close up look at that idol? What it is?
Mm-mm.
It looks like
looks
a
like-
woman giving birth.
It looks like Genghis Khan.
Yeah, best laid plans.
So apparently these traps reset themselves too after every use, which is pretty impressive technology for,
Right.
let's call them, I don't know, they're maybe basing this off the Inca culture. We're in South America.
Sure. Yeah, I would say Inca only because the idol looks like a Incan thing. But
Mhm.
I mean, these are the Jovitos, and
It
I'm
does look-
embarrassed
I mean,
that I don't know if that's,
It does look cool. It does look good.
you know, this is what I would play. I'm hanging off a cliff, and I had a rope, and I would try to hang on and watch out for sets that fall apart.
Oh, the door's closing
Better
again.
get
Great
there.
technology. How do they even build that thousands of years ago?
They were smart. I mean, aliens probably.
Great scene.
I
Pulls
would
the
play
whip.
that too.
Saves his
Pulling
whip.
the whip. out from under the door. You know, I always thought in this part, I always
That doesn't
thought,
look anything like him.
no. He's shocked, he's surprised. I always thought he said "adios, stupido."
Satipo.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be interesting watching this only with subtitles.
Yeah,
Neither of us have really gone this route before. There's the famous giant, perfectly round rock.
of course. Rolling
Which
at a
is-
good pace. It doesn't speed up. It just
That's
keeps
on-
going at the same pace.
Is that on the Disney ride?
So in Disney World, there is a giant boulder in the Stunt Spectacular, but in the
Oh,
Disneyland
right.
ride, at the very end, there is a boulder that's rolling towards you, and you dip down underneath it.
In the dark. It's a dark ride, right?
It is.
Technically.
I have to say that stunt right there, that guy falling straight on his face, excellent stunt. It didn't even look like there was a pad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How does he even do that?
Yeah,
That's the actor.
That's a human.
Yeah.
It didn't fall like a dummy.
No.
So Indy's trying to hand his gun over.
That's
Jovitos.
It's good. I like the juxtaposition here.
There's
Yeah.
Belloc, of course.
Belloc,
Introduction.
Of course.
French Canadian. Right? But that accent, what is that accent? It's not French or Canadian.
The actor, I think he's British, so maybe he's just making something up. But he's Vichy. I mean, that's what he is. He's, how
Heard
they
this
work.
is a good thing.
I gotta say, like when I was younger, he's laughing right here. I was very confused because, like, in this part right here, as Indy's running through the jungle, you just hear his voice just like echoing through. I'm like, how did he get a speaker technology? How is he?
It's
doing
dramatic
that?
effect.
So I'd watched this when I was very young, didn't understand certain things, but that's the sound of the donkey. It's also the sound of the bantha in Star Wars. I don't know if you.
What do you mean?
So the sound effect they use for the donkey, is the same as the bantha. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Open field. He's running towards the plane.
That perspective, it looks pretty
Again,
close.
weird name, Jock. I thought he was always saying Chuck. And like, who's named Jock? I don't get it.
Well, it could be Jacques,
Jock.
but he's saying Jock. These guys are terrible. Look at this terrible aim. Like, where's he shooting at?
Ass cheeks.
Lots of butts.
A lot of butts.
Plane starting. This is the equivalent of a belly flop.
Well, if we have any
Whoops.
aviation experts here, is that an era appropriate plane?
Yeah, it'd be good to
It's
know.
a prop plane, at least.
Yeah, I mean it's good.
It's fine.
It's good. Slow getaway, but
Yeah.
eventually. Yeah, they're terrible shots.
So, Indy gets in the front of the plane,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting,
I
and is greeted by a snake.
was, laying the groundwork for that. I think this is a real plane. I think they put a camera on a plane. That's not blue screen. They didn't have it. Looks too good. I don't think it's rear projection. I just don't know if they would do that nowadays.
That's cool. You think they shot it from another plane or a helicopter or something?
Maybe they attached the camera to the wing.
Just attached it. Right. And then
Something.
Hope to God the guy knew what. Oh, there we go. Now we're already back in.
Yeah, I think this is in England. I didn't look up all the locations other than, like, I know they filmed it in Tunisia,
But
but
is it supposed to be like Connecticut or Massachusetts?
I think it's supposed to be San Francisco because he takes off. He takes off from the West Coast, and like maybe he drove there. Maybe that was part of it. Like they're showing all this.
So another classic scene. We see that not only is he an archaeologist, but he also, like most people, supplements his income with a teaching gig. Because archaeology don't pay the bills, folks.
Nope.
Can you pass that bourbon?
Oh yeah. Actually, I put it over there, but you can have just this one here. Brody, of course, and I do like how what they're talking about here is just a way of pointing out, like, because nowadays it's like, are we raping the civilizations, taking their stuff, their antiquities, and side note, I always thought that this student was Marion. It kind of looks like her a little bit.
Similar. Maybe that's that again. He's got a type.
I suppose
He's thinking about it. He's intrigued.
Yeah. But like they're referencing all these things about archaeology and just, Brody brings up a point just a little bit about, I'm sure you're following in line with all of the rules of the Archaeologist Antiquities Association and everything like that.
Do they have a code of honor, those archaeologists?
See, back then I doubt it, or maybe they did.
Unless you're
and even
the British Museum.
I love that he's like, hey, do you want to hear about this Belloc thing? And he's like, not really.
Nah,
I'm fine. I'm good. Larry.
It's like the story I told you. Do you want to meet them?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm fine. Maybe later.
I'm good. Yeah, but this is you can see England outside the windows there.
Do you think they shot this part in England? I thought they would just shoot send a crew and shoot the exteriors.
So, look, I don't know for sure, but you look out the windows, you look closely at the windows of the buildings outside. It's like those are not American windows. They have like the white around the windowsills. And it's just like
what a great excuse to go to England.
Sure, I think this was also filmed in England at a university. It was either like IMDb said something about it, like a Masonic, all girls Masonic or boys Masonic school, private school, something like that. And I don't know, I'm gonna butcher the name, Herefordshire or something.
There's always a shire involved.
Yeah.
That's so he's meeting with Army intelligence.
Yeah.
Another classic scene, great scene.
Let's see. Army intelligence played here.
They're asking about his association with
Ravenwood.
Ravenwood. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, but just Laurel and Hardy over here. There's always a fat guy and a skinny guy.
True.
But the one on the left, he's just mad dogging Jones. He's just like,
he kind of looks like Taggart, doesn't he? From
a little bit.
Cop.
Yeah, absolutely. But he, of course, that's
Dennis Franz,
William Hootkins, who's Porkins in Star Wars.
That's Porkins?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I knew this at some point.
Hitler's
also, not on the subject.
He's also
they came
Eckhart.
From behind. He's who?
Eckhart in Batman. It was the dirty cop.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'm just not used to seeing him without a helmet or a fedora on his head.
Sure. He's a solid, character actor.
Seems like it. Is he alive? He's got to be like
died. He died.
That's a shame.
I think he.
We'll dedicate this to his memory.
Yeah.
Tennis.
In fact, everyone in here except for Harrison is dead, which is
knock on
bound
wood.
to happen.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
So when I was at USC,
yeah,
not to brag,
USC janitorial staff.
Yes. I don't even know why I'm talking, because we're talking about locations and how things are not always as they seem. But my friend, really good friend, was a tour guide, and one of the spiels, one of the things that they would always say when they gave a tour of Doheny Library, was that it was like the famous library from Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Truth is,
yeah,
it's not. What they were inferring or what they were suggesting was like the library itself, which kind of looked like that.
Yeah,
was the library in Ghostbusters, but it wasn't. It was actually the book stacks in the basement where they shot that scene.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So it was kind of a partial truth, a half truth.
Sure.
They didn't shoot upstairs like that. Libraries, I think they actually shot in New York, but for the book stacks, they went to USC to film in the library and like deep in the bowels of the basement, which still existed. So when I was there, I would always go down there, and it just hasn't changed. At least when I was there, it was like straight out of Ghostbusters, where the books start flying out of the shelves. Like that's subterranean, a couple of stories down.
I mean, that's a thing that always kind of throws me, especially living in LA and you kind of know locations, but in the movie, like maybe people don't know what that location is, and so you're kind of like, wait, why are they there? Oh, wait, they're not supposed to be. They're in another location. They're supposed to be in New York, in the public library, but I know they're actually in the bowels of USC.
Yeah.
So, and this tends to happen. It's like, why are these characters in England right now? Is he supposed to be in England? It's like, nah, not really.
Yeah, and it's like,
but how would you
is an
know?
interesting choice. It can't be cheaper. You got to fly everyone out there.
Well, I guess the cost of filming in England was better.
Worth a plane ticket for an entire crew.
I mean, you have to imagine, like back then, it's probably I mean, maybe it was expensive to fly, but maybe it wasn't that expensive. Like, who knows? Who knows?
You should know this. What did this movie cost?
Oh boy. I'm just guessing. Maybe 10 million, maybe 15, maybe less.
Okay, so now he's drawn on the board.
You see, I gotta say that, you know, you're talking about like ways that people learn, and I really must applaud the script writing, the storytelling of this, because it's moving along at a good pace. You know, if you want to learn how to write a screenplay, you can do far worse than looking at Indiana Jones as a template. Like, something is always happening.
Yeah, and Back to the Future as well.
Back to the Future, but this is an example of they're speaking about what it is, and then they give you pictures. It's auditory and visual, so you get everybody with this, and then you also understand like what the Ark is and just like why you shouldn't mess with it. And it comes up way more times. Like, everyone's like, "Indy, are you sure you want to mess with this?"
Setting up the staff of Ra,
Exactly,
and everything. Like, we know what's coming. Maybe not if it's our first viewing, but this is all important. None of this is throwaway, is what we're saying.
No, it's all very important. There's no
intentional,
wasted lines. There's no wasted scenes. There's no filler, so to speak. It's under 2 hours, and you feel, well, I feel very satisfied. But then, too, it's like, you know, the set dressing here, not to get all geeky here, but like,
That's like
you're
an actual
learning
house
about,
right there.
it's an actual house. You're learning about the characters by, like, Indy is, he's not dirty, but he's cluttered, you know? And then later on in the film, he's like, I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. I mean, it's showing that he kind of plays off of, like, whatever the situation is, he finds a solution. Here, it just shows that he's not disheveled, but he's just kind of like, he's in two worlds. He's in the academic world, and he's also, like, he goes out. He tries to find,
And
you know, these
Raiders
things.
and Last Crusade, he was kind of sent on these missions under false pretenses. Both times he was kind of promised that the museum would get whatever artifacts he recovered, but
Right.
that's obviously not the case. But in Temple, he happily gives the stones to the villagers because he's working for them, not for the museum. So,
Right.
which is another interesting departure for the sequel, but that's a whole other video.
Sequel, which is a prequel.
Yeah, that's 35.
That's 35.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. It was 18 million budget.
Okay. Adjusted for inflation or?
No.
18 back then?
18 back then.
So, okay. I mean, that's a decent chunk of change, but you
Yeah.
definitely not making a movie like this for that amount anymore.
Well, I did do a little bit of, because there's going to be a part later on where he's like, Tamarian is like $3,000. So I went to the old inflation calculator, looked it up. That's about $60,000.
That's a good chunk of change.
So I was thinking, you know, I didn't look up $81, you know, $1981, but I imagine that it was probably a good $50-60 million. Still
That sounds
pretty
about
low
right.
budget for a movie, but they did this relatively on the cheap.
Yeah, I mean, great effects. I mean, there isn't a lot of crazy effects. There's a lot of really cool car chases and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all practical for the most part, right? Except for, you know, the melting faces and whatnot. But even that looks great because that's all practical.
I mean, just that last shot where you see the plane in the background. I mean, that's a matte painting. When you fly to Nepal, the opening shot of Nepal would be a matte painting with some, you know, smoke.
I think you mean Nepal.
Well, there you go. See, he's leaving from San Fran. There's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Did they rip this off?
Of what?
Like an old movie that would just...
I imagine, you know, I can't say for sure, but it doesn't seem as if maybe they kind of invented it. More of like a throwback, right?
It's very simple and yet very effective still. It looks great.
And again, cuts to the chase.
Did they use that in Last Crusade?
Yeah.
But not in...
Not in the...
Temple's a
Temple.
whole other... It's like almost a standalone movie.
I want to draw your attention to this scene here.
Love this scene.
It's 90 seconds just devoted to
Of a drinking contest, yeah. Well, here we go. That guy. Who's that guy? You should know his name.
So he's listed as Australian climber.
Mm.
And I do not know his name.
He's there to Mount Everest.
Wow. Yes.
Climber.
Mount Everest. But this is such a great, like, the introductions of these characters are perfect.
Pastore, pastrami.
That's what she said, pastrami.
Yeah, I think that sounds good right
This
there.
lady here is way too excited. But you see Marion as hard drinking, can handle herself, takes
that's
on
a
this
great,
guy.
Great little, he can't even find the glass.
Nope.
Just great.
Great visuals, great just storytelling. And it's an uncut shot, too.
And that guy looks like he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's
Apparently
John
he's-
Candy.
Oh, that would be so great. He would steal the scene.
Hey, you sure I should be drinking all this whiskey?
His little laugh, uncomfortable laugh. I miss that man. He was so good. We got to do a John Candy movie at some point.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
The Uncle Buck, Great Outdoors. He's a good guy.
I love that old woman that's like being pushed out.
Is that a man? I don't
That was
know.
a man?
I don't know. Great.
Or like
Another
the
great
bouncer's
intro.
like, get the F out.
Yeah.
Oh, great shadow.
Which is interesting because he's huge, right? And then when they cut to him, he's like, his shoulders are a little hunched down, and it's just like, hey,
Oh,
hey, remember when I
remember me?
deflowered you when you were like 16? They don't really talk about that, do
Yeah.
they?
I mean, they kind of do in the movie.
They kind of do. They
She's
allude
like,
to it.
yeah, I was a child and you knew it was wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's not brought up more, you know?
It was the 30s. Times were different. People were getting married at 16.
Yeah, I get it. But it's
And
the
her father
80s,
seemed to be fine with it, I guess.
well, they did have a falling out.
Oh, that's true. I thought that was more about business.
It's hard to say. But it does at least show that she is someone who's been wronged. She
Well-
does have her own little business, and, you know.
Honestly, when I saw this movie, I was probably, between 10 and 12. I had not gotten to the World War II section of history yet, so I really learned so much about the lead up to the war and World War II from this movie. So this is 36, we said, right?
36, yeah.
So 3 years before World War II even started, but we already know the Nazis are bad dudes. Surprise,
Yeah, I mean,
spoiler
this
alert,
is-
Nazis up to no good.
When was the Olympics? Was it 36?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Around there?
It had to be because
So they were
yeah.
pushing their agenda at this point. Way before that. I mean, they were buddying up with Mussolini.
Everybody's sorry for something.
Yeah, but this is great. I do love scenes that take place in bars.
I love that she's cleaning up the bar. It's just I love the sounds, even though we
Yep.
can't hear him, like slamming the shot glasses on the table or on the tray.
Yeah. I love that she's not affected at all by any of the whiskey that she drank.
Oh, she's fine.
Totally fine.
Champion. I love Foley. You know me. I love Foley.
Oh,
I was
nice.
always obsessed with how sounds were made. I would watch those
If-
videos and they're like smashing cabbages and it's like punching in the face. Like, I love all that stuff.
Well, this is the sound of the punch, which we saw Marion punch him in the face, and it's like, I love that. That's so iconic to Indiana
It's like
Jones.
hitting a catcher's mitt. Yeah.
Something like that, right? It's great.
It's good stuff. So she kicks him out, and he's actually like, "All right, give it a night, sleep on it. I'll be back tomorrow." But he's gonna hang out and make sure nobody goes back in there. That's for sure.
She had a line in there when he said $3,000, and she's like, I wrote it down. She's like, that'll get me back, but not in style. I was like, that's an interesting way to put it. So she's playing kind of that hard to get kind of thing, obviously, but not that that's a bad thing.
Do you think? I wonder if
Yeah.
that piece is in like a private collection, or if it was just destroyed, or somebody has it, or the medallion. It's iconic. I mean,
It's probably a prop made for the film. Are you referring to that, or are you just saying like?
you know how people always keep props after a film.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a lot. I love that. A little cigarette box. You're just putting the money
Full
in
of
there. It's
cash,
like,
yeah.
That's where I want to put my money.
And here's now we know
So-
Tot.
Tot. Great actor, Ronald Lacey.
He's the scariest guy in this whole film.
I always thought he was Asian. I think I think because he's always just kind of like in shadow. I mean, he's not always in shadow, but he's just kind of speaking in this like weird German accent.
He's British too, right?
He's British.
He died a long time ago.
He did. He had a tough life. I was reading the IMDb trivia about him, and it's just like, he had
Like alcoholic or something.
alcohol challenges, and
Which was why he only
intestines were like taken out, so he had like a colostomy bag and all of that. It's just like, and he died in like
No wonder
in
he's
his
so
50s
angry.
or something. Yeah, exactly.
He would only do movies that took place scenes that took places in bars. Took place in bars.
If he could wear a coat
Yes.
to hide the bag.
Oof.
But
Why don't you tell me what that piece is? So, Air
Yeah.
Mac, I always thought his name was Mac. I didn't get the joke. I didn't as a kid. I was like, oh, his name is Air Mac. Like, I knew Air meant like sir or man, right?
yeah,
Hermac. But she's like, no, Mac, like jerk.
yeah.
He left the poker there.
No,
She's going to show her how they do business where he comes from.
Sure.
What a jerk. And those guys, his cronies look like they're from Nepal, right?
Okay, so this guy right here in the front, I think they put fake eyes above him.
He looks like a Star Wars character. He looks like the guy in the bar on Hoth. Not Hoth. What am I saying? On Tatooine.
I think they tried to make him look Nepalese or something like that. This is a great scene. I'd be worried because that whip gets pretty close.
Ooh. Curtains are they're up.
Great scene. Great choreography here.
Indeed, that's his first kill right there, right? Stomach shot.
I think so.
Guy's got a Tommy gun. He's got his revolver.
Harrison's got a revolver and a pistol.
Semi-automatic.
Something.
And
But this is
that thing. That looks. I don't know what that is.
it. Just looks like some cheap.
Looks like a World War I
German
gun. Yeah.
But this is great. And I'm going
Everything's
to
on
constantly remind you that this movie is PG as he gets shot in the face.
Yeah.
And
was this before PG-13?
it is.
What was the movie that this?
Oh, what is it? Red Dawn or Gremlins. These are all Spielberg. It's not all Spielberg, but I feel like Spielberg really pushed the boundaries of like violence.
That guy
But,
laughing.
This big dude over here, Pat Roach, great name, plays 2 roles in this film.
What a waste of alcohol. Setting the bar on fire.
Whiskey. That's probably why I like whiskey.
That's Black Label
But that's
right
Black
there.
Label, yeah. Yeah.
The
He
shadows.
kind of looks like Danny Carey, just a little bit. I'm probably off on that. But
He's
great
not wearing,
use.
he's not wearing a hockey jersey.
No. Great use of shadow to show the guy dying and then, or getting shot, I should say. But this is German ineptitude number 100.
Just
grab it. That's fine.
That'll be important later.
Very important.
Again, no accidents here.
Nope. But what's great too is that you just see this guy, he's threatening, and then he's outside just like hopping around, like, oh my God.
Snow. Oh yeah, there we go. Chair.
Yeah. Very good.
Oh, nope. Psych. Blood out of the mouth. Here we go.
Oh.
Bada bing, bada boom. We are watching this on DVD.
Yes, we are.
Full disclosure. What do you think of the quality, Andrew?
Oh, it's fine on a CRT.
Yeah.
It's great.
Found that in the street. Across the street, actually.
Well, this is good. This is very good.
She knows how to show a lady a good time. Boy, you're something.
5,000.
$5,000. That's what it is. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
there's another 2.
She lost all her money.
She lost all her money. And then
It's
she too wants to go with him, so.
Back on a plane, back on the map. Oh, there's Iran. Iraq existed. Syria. Interesting.
Yep.
I don't know how accurate this map is, actually. Those were, what do they call them?
I don't.
After World War I?
Oh, dude, what are you talking about?
French and English, when they carved up all of the Middle East. I forget.
I'm lost.
Anyway,
Well, it's the introduction here. Now we're in Cairo,
We meet Salah.
supposedly.
Mhm.
Salah.
Yeah, where do you
who-
think they filmed this? I mean, that almost looks like Cairo.
So I guess I don't remember the name of the town, but they were in Tunisia when they
Oh,
filmed
right,
this.
right. And that stupid monkey.
I do like the monkey. It's comedic, but he's also devious,
Mhm.
and I think that's what's perfect about this. But the
He's-
thing too, Salah, I had no idea until today that they were thinking. Apparently, Spielberg. I don't know if this is real. Spielberg wanted Danny DeVito for this. Can you imagine DeVito? It's like,
I mean,
so you want to dig?
My name is Salah. I'm Middle Eastern from New Jersey.
No, it's just great character. Again, and just talking about
You're drinking Chianti for some reason, but that's fine.
something. The pharaohs have returned.
Yeah.
But I do like this talking about Belloc here. They call him Beloche.
Mm-hmm. He's a French archaeologist. Uh-oh.
Yeah. What's his name? And I like how Indiana corrects him as if like, hey, you moron. Belloc.
Well, he's not even worried, even though he always loses to Belloc. He's like that guy.
Yeah, but it's this idea too. Like Indy is, if you can compare Belloc and Indy he's intelligent, he's smart, he's a professor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's also like a man of action. You know, you can get into a fight. Belloc, I don't see him fighting.
Oh, God,
he's
no.
an intellectual.
He can't take a punch like Indy can.
No, not at all. And so there's this idea too. Like Belloc always presents himself in this like he's very buttoned down. He looks like he could go to a party, like a formal party at any time. He's very well put together. Whereas Indy, again, his character is just a little more scruffy, like a nerf herder.
Nerf herder.
And so, in seeing this, like he's walking around, he's just like you just see he's like sweaty, and it's great this juxtaposition between these two characters, and then that's further emphasized if we haven't already understood this when he and Belloc have a conversation later on.
Soon. They're walking the streets of Cairo right now.
Yeah, but I do love Indy's like, what's this?
You're a date. It's a date.
You eat them.
You eat them. The monkey.
Here's the second appearance of
handler,
the guy from the beginning.
Monocular handler.
This is this part always kind of reminded me of Seinfeld's version of the sea cow.
The monkey does a sea cow.
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
it's just like
Yeah.
super uninterested in that. Yeah, he makes us do this. Yeah, it's really terrible. But I guess also too in the old serials they would reuse actors, and so I guess it's only two actors that they reused. This guy with the monkey and then the big guy. So yeah, let's go beat up Indiana Jones here.
Who says I haven't? They're courting right now.
Yeah, it's that good 1930s banter, Well, this is good. Just like clockwork, though. There's something happening, some sort of action. Every 10 minutes, there's something going on. A little backstory, a little exposition.
Yeah, they're she's explaining why they're on the move, those guys.
Yeah. And of course, it's always the Americans that start.
Yeah. This guy. What do you think? Karate? Oh, that was a bad punch.
I love how Marion is just lightly tapping these people on the head.
I like how the people are cheering.
Well, they haven't. What have they seen for action, in the past, however week or so?
Oh, that's
Here we
a good
go.
kick. Oh.
That's good. Watch out for swords.
Get skewered like a
Boom.
kebab. Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
Apples. Boom.
That's great.
Bada
Great
bing.
effect.
Into the hay with you. Whip is out.
Whip it good.
And she's off.
But at the same time, too, I don't worry about her necessarily. Because I know she can handle herself, She's like, I've had enough of this. This is a weird part, though. I'm like, why is this guy... Who is he? He's not wearing, one of the, the face coverings that the other people... It's like, what is his deal?
Oh yeah,
But she handles it, but it's like bizarre.
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 B-A-Z-A-A-R.
B-A-Z-A-A-R.
Frying pan took him out. Pull him in. She pulled him in.
Little
That's pretty good.
Moment
She's
of
pretty
comedy.
strong.
Pretty strong lady. Yeah. I would play this though too. The hiding game. You know the quick hide.
Hide in the
Quick,
basket.
Oh, almost didn't make it.
Stupid
These inept
Nazis.
guys here.
And then the monkey's like, no, wait. She's over here.
Wait, she's right here, guys.
What a jerk monkey. I met a lot of monkeys in my life, but
that
none.
that monkey is cute though.
He's very cute.
Look at that.
Look, we're all sad when he dies.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're like, you know what, monkey? You chose the wrong friends.
He-
You're on the wrong side of history, monkey.
he is on the wrong side of his. He reminds me of Toast so much. So needy. Just like, hey, look at me.
Can I have some dates, please?
Was that Delilah?
Ah, yes, the best. And that guy dressed in all black
you
with a
know-
red sash.
Okay, the stories, all of that, like we've all heard the stories of like maybe Indy was sick and
Mm-hmm.
I just love the efficiency of this. It's like cut to the chase.
It's,
that is something that
Just shoots him right there. It's a great scene. It's hilarious to this day.
it's great, white entitlement.
Well, look, they bring up a good point. It's like the man has a gun. Why hasn't he used it yet? May as well
Yeah.
use it on this sword guy, swordsman.
I do like this chase though because it's disorienting and it's
I like how his shirts are always so dirty and sweaty. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Bruce, like John McClane in Die Hard.
oh absolutely.
His undershirt just keeps getting dirtier and dirtier throughout the film.
Absolutely. And
He's
this
flipping over the baskets.
another I mean it's the thing, like why is this white American, doing this? Everyone's pissed. And I love what Marion says too. It's like, I'm an American. You can't do this to me.
this to me. I'm an American. Indeed. These are the things, like the scenes I can hear in my head. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Almost like
But this is the part of the serials, right? Like we see this, we expect they're not showing this to anybody but for us, our benefit, to be like, oh my goodness, she's in the truck. The truck meets its untimely end, and you're like, oh my God, Marion's dead.
it's another kill right there.
Another
Chest
kill,
shot.
another head
and then a
shot.
headshot. The guy swerves, veers out of control. That's a good stunt right there.
Yeah,
Luckily, there was a ramp. Nice explosion.
yeah.
Good stuff. Just
Great
good effects.
Quality,
Good stunts.
quick. You know what's going on. It's not like fast editing, but it's like, it's effective. That's why it's my favorite movie, probably.
Now he's back, drinking, drowning his sorrows.
But this is normal,
This is what you do after your ex-girlfriend dies in a fiery truck crash. You go to a bar and drink with a monkey. I mean, I've been there. Who hasn't been there?
We've all been there.
We're going to the bar, monkey. Put your best trousers on. Put on your best vest.
I don't wear trousers. I wear a vest.
Aw. It is
Probably
a cute,
why I like the monkey.
it is a cute monkey.
Where's a vest? I'm wearing a vest right now. I don't care.
The monkey didn't know it was evil. It was just doing what it was told.
Exactly. Look at this guy on the right. He's just like, I've
The
been
Nazis
in
are
the
like-
desert so long. I'm just really tired.
The Nazis are like, look, maybe you should just come with us, okay, bro? We tried to kill you, didn't work out. Just come with us, okay?
Do you? I mean, it's a weird thing. Like, did they forget? Like, he
They're
goes
like,
in there. he
no
sits
harm, no
down.
foul.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
What are they doing?
Can we talk now? Look,
They
maybe
let
we
him-
got off on the wrong
They,
foot.
they let him go after all of this. Belloc.
Smoking a hookah.
Oh yeah. This is what I mean. He's all
I'd
put together.
kill
He's wearing
you
his
right
little hat,
now.
a silly hat. But he's wearing a hat. These Arabs don't care if we kill each other.
You know
Why
what?
don't you sit down before you fall down?
You know what also always reminded me of as a kid, because I used to read the Tintin books,
Oh, me too.
those Belgian books,
I
right?
love those books.
Yeah, great.
I have all of them.
There's a curse right there. But he didn't Spielberg direct that later? Was that Spielberg? Yeah, so he was obviously a fan.
Yeah. I was disappointed in it.
I didn't even see it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to like this.
The animation's great, but I'm not.
The books were really gritty and dark. Like, they weren't for 12-year-olds, but
No. The books were very. I mean, as very popular today. Problematic things in the books,
Oh, absolutely.
but
I mean,
as
you could say
adventure
the same thing
stories
about
go.
what's his face, the guy that wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Roald Dahl.
Roald
Yeah.
Dahl.
But they were good adventure stories, and they were nicely contained. They were like serials. I mean,
Yeah.
they were
It was
it's like
great.
and sometimes they would reference other books, adventures that he was on. But
My
as
My friend was obsessed with him. Redkin's cousin, actually. He's the one that got me into him. He let me borrow all that stuff.
oh, that's
He was
cool.
obsessed with him.
Yeah, that's written by Herge, I think was his name.
Men like you and me.
But I do like this part too because it's showing how Belloc is like, yeah, I work for Hitler.
He's
but
a mercenary.
I'm doing what I want to do.
He'll work for whoever's going to pay him the most. He doesn't care.
Exactly. And
Do you
so it's
realize
like
what
both these guys. Jones is working for the government. He's working for the government. You know, the Nazis, right? And it's just kind of like, but they're in it for themselves.
It's
That's what it comes down to.
interesting shot and framing where Indy's looking sideways.
It's a great shot. In darkness.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
This too, just
pull
like
out the guns.
a bit
Uncle
funny.
Indy.
Uncle Indy, come home. Next time, Indiana Jones, it'll take more than children to save you. I don't know what that voice was.
It's true. They love their uncle.
They do. I gotta say, like Sala,
This part's funny. Yeah, we talked about
We
this.
talked about
He's
this,
like,
but
yeah,
there's-
I heard she's dead. Anyway, moving on.
but there's these. I mean, I'll bring it up later too. But you know, he's always like, he's in his own world. In
Did
a way.
Marines exist in 1935? I don't think so.
Is that true?
Did they?
I don't know.
I don't think
I'm
they
not up to
existed.
date on my military history.
They definitely didn't exist during World War One. There were no Marines yet.
Well, there were Rangers in World War II, but that's Army.
Mm-hmm. I think the Marines were created during World War II, so maybe they're off by a couple of years, but
okay.
there were no Marines in World War One for sure, 100%. Anywho,
That's a good.
it's a good catch.
That's a good catch.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. This is great. This kind of reminds me a little bit.
Of a confessional.
A little bit of like The Exorcist.
It's a confessional.
If you remember, I mean, do you remember that Exorcist takes place in Iraq for like the first
No.
10, 15 minutes?
Oh, sure.
Father
yeah.
Marin's over there, and he's just
Mhm.
like digging, and then he finds a Pazuzu's sculpture, but like he's in there, and it's just like creepy stuff going on. But
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in 10 years, probably.
yeah, I do. I love that Middle Eastern music. There's just something so like.
It's my family label. I grew up with it. I played a lot of it at my wedding. You were there. Like half the songs are in Arabic. A lot of people complaining. Actually, not a lot. Most people there were into it.
Oh,
But some people are like, can we play more American music? I was like, how dare you, sir?
whatever.
Okay,
This,
so now
you know, I
we're
mean,
with the mystic or whatever he is. I don't know what he is. Does he have a name?
he's called the Man I Know.
Oh,
There's a
interesting.
man I know.
That's good.
But this is good too. I mean, again, it's like it's slowing down slightly for some exposition,
Mhm.
but this is all in service to the plot. To
We're deep
get it
into
going.
Act 2 at this point. So
Exactly. It's
got to
moved,
slow down.
but it's moved so quickly. Like we are getting through this to that point. Just like there are no
Come,
wasted
Luke.
scenes.
This says, take back one kadam to honor the Hebrew God. Yeah, that's so great. I love this movie. Man,
This guy, he's got teeth. It's like Freddie Mercury. It's, again, watching it earlier today, I'm just like very up close.
probably a British
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Very large wig and beard.
Yeah. But this part,
Like,
whose arc this is, yeah.
yeah, the Hebrew God whose arc this is. Even my dad loved this movie when I showed it to him. He's like, no, it's good. He's
Did
like,
it-
I like the parts in Arabic. He's like, I understand when they're speaking Arabic. I was like, cool, Dad. No, he really liked, which didn't happen too often because there was only a few movies that my dad and I watched together that we both enjoyed. One
Oh,
being
yeah.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Special
Sure.
Place in My Heart.
Sure.
This was another one. He was not a huge Star Wars fan. He thought it was ridiculous, which in hindsight makes sense.
Well, just like Walter Matthau. What kind of movie is this?
Yeah, right. Good. Deep cut.
This is
Monkey is
yeah, it's
dead.
very sad.
Bad day. And then he squeezes it out. That's a good shot. How
It's
do they
great.
do that?
It's great. It's probably in oil.
Probably wasn't in the script. He probably just did it.
Bad dates.
And now we skip to the dig site with Nazis standing guard. This set, I mean, this scene piece always looks so massive.
Yeah. I mean, it probably had a little bit of scale here, you know. Introduction of Dietrich.
Yeah, who, again, another name we don't really get.
Yeah, like, he used it a couple times, but not really a name. And the other guy, Gobler, which you called Gobbler earlier, but yeah.
Well, one thing that is accurate is we're dealing with brown shirts here. There are no SS in this movie, right?
The closest to an SS,
Is
I would think, is Taut, but he's not. He's dressed in a suit. It's just a black suit. So no,
I think he's a mercenary too. I don't think he has any.
Yeah, I don't see any SS.
But this just looks huge, like just
Huge.
great angles.
For sure. I am a little, like, in watching it again today, it's kind of like they know Indy is around, right? They tried to kill him. Apparently they left him alone after that, and they're not guarding this place.
He's kind of like the spider in your bedroom that you tried to kill but got away, and you have to go to bed because it's 2 a.m. You're like, I know you're here. I don't know where you are, but I'm going to go to bed anyway.
I'm going to bed.
And hope for the best.
I'm going to bed. Fine.
You ever had that have that happen to you?
I've always stayed up and
Fair.
tried to kill him. But great music.
He's climbing into the map room.
The map room, yeah. I mean, I know, again, it's kind of like these guys are, on the outside, the Germans. They were like on their break. Maybe it was in like the midterm, like one person gets off work, the other group comes on, and then they walk over and they're kind of like, hey, what are you doing? Talking like that. Yelling at Sala.
This is a great, we haven't gotten there yet. We're almost there, but when you think that Sala turns, I mean, I guess now it's obvious that he doesn't.
What do you think they're saying to him? No white after Labor Day?
Wow. Yeah. Possibly.
Wow.
Possibly.
We're not going to check to see why you have a rope.
Right. And he rolls down the hill, which I was like, why are you rolling down the hill?
Yeah.
Does that make you less conspicuous?
It's showing that you're.
But
like,
I was always fascinated by this miniature, the models, the exactness, the attention to detail.
It's beautiful.
I loved it. So great.
I did do this as a kid, though. Like, if I had some sand, I would, like, brush off certain parts.
Dude, we had the same life, basically.
There's another sand moment coming up later.
I hate sand.
Oh,
It gets everywhere. Of course, but it gets everywhere. I don't know why I'm doing a what's his name impersonation? Kylo Ren. I hate sand.
Of course. I hate it.
It gets everywhere.
I care. I care.
Krylo.
Great actor, but just whatever. That's for a different.
I actually have nothing against him. He seems like a good dude and a decent actor.
I think he's probably the best thing.
And he was a Marine
movies.
too. We should ask him when the Marines were created.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
He has a TED Talk. He's like, here's why I was a Marine and why I decided to stop and become an actor. I'm pretty impressed with my Kylo Ren impersonation. It's almost as good as your Schwarzenegger.
Well, he's currently sleeping right now. Maybe he'll come out later, depending on.
How's your Malkovich coming along?
I had it, and then it goes away.
I've been there for sure. When you think about it too much, I was like the light, how it affects the wood. It makes it look really skinny and fat on the bottom. It's just film.
I think the music in this scene is. This is a music-led scene. Mm-hmm. This is all the power of that.
Yeah, there's no dialogue. Yeah,
no dialogue. It's just the images and the music, and that's what I bring too.
And I like how the little details where some of the buildings are spray painted or written on by the Nazis.
Right, like dig here.
Yeah, it's so good.
And I love the
measuring tape. That's a great effect.
And this is
light beam,
like a foreshadow of like what's going to happen when they open up.
Yeah.
arc later. It's like the little details that I've seen this maybe, I don't know, 100 times.
Same.
But in just seeing it again, you're just like, yeah, I mean,
I like the obelisk.
maybe they were under the gun trying to film this. I think Spielberg had, like, if you can imagine, he had...
That whole thing where he breaks the rod so they can't measure it. It's
Sure.
like, well, we can just put it back together.
We
You
could
only
tape
broke it in one spot.
we could tape it.
Nazi flag hits him on the head. He's like, Sala. He thinks for a second Sala's turned on him, but...
Sure. Well, I mean, to that point, too, like, that was a great throw. Like, it landed perfectly.
Wasser, vivant Wasser. Water, I will get you water. He's trying to play nice with the Nazis, with the brown shirts.
Yeah.
If you want water, I will get you water. No problem.
Foot massage. Whatever.
I love Sala. Oh,
And he happens to go into this tent.
She's not dead.
That's great.
How convenient.
How convenient.
She can't tell it's him.
No. She's like, I don't know who is this guy? Very happy. Very happy.
I thought you were dead. I was.
I came back.
And he's about to untie her and he's like, nah, you know what, babe?
You're going to comb the desert.
I'm going to tie you up even harder. Just to make sure you don't get away.
He's like, remember last time when you didn't like the $3,000 that I said I was going to give to you? That hurt. That really hurt. Remember that punch? Payback.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's true.
Start combing the place for us. Find anything yet? Are we taking this too literally, sir? They said comb the desert. That's what
There
we're
you
doing.
go. It's all Star Wars, all Mel Brooks all the time.
I could see Mel Brooks directing this. Probably get like Gene Wilder to play
Indy.
Indy.
No, he would have been Belloc.
Oh,
He would have been a
point.
great Belloc.
Do you think Marty Feldman would be?
He would have played Belloc like what's his name? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory guy.
Who? What are you talking about? Like the kid?
No, what's his face? Who did Gene
Johnny
Wilder?
Depp?
No.
What are you
Gene
talking
Wilder in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Kind of devious and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess you're right.
Not quite sure whose side he's on.
Yeah, he probably would have been really good.
He found it. There's a little telescope. He found it.
I don't know. He knows how to use that. I'd like to see a scene where he learns how to use that.
He's like, longitude? I only know latitude. Antechamber.
And then perhaps the girl can help us.
Willy Wonka, that's the name I was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If Willy Wonka had been Belloc, it would have been the same character, basically.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. Well, I guess this is yours.
I have the perfect man for this kind of work.
Is it me? Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah,
And
but
he shows his hand. Oh, there it is.
There's a couple Heil Hitlers in this movie. A couple Seek-Heils.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Don't mind the inconspicuous crew digging on a completely different hilltop. I do like it that it seems to take them hours to dig about 2 inches into the dirt. But that's fine.
We're gonna dig in the daytime. Let's not dig under the cover of night.
It
Well, they
rolls
probably
into
think
darkness.
they probably think everybody is so busy, with their own
Makes sense.
business. Yeah. But I do like how Indy, at the very least, he's like, all right, I will put the first dig in. Now, the rest of you do this. Just do it.
I'll be over here smoking
I'll
a
be over
cigarette.
here. Okay, I'm going to dig over here while you dig. All right, I'm done. Here we go.
Other than the
Has anybody
scene-
seen the water?
Other than the morning scene, oh, this is the Sole a neb, a hira, Sole a neb, yamhao. I used to sing that song to myself.
Oh, that's good. Are you telling me at this point that no one would have seen Indy's silhouette? Just standing there. Belloc hasn't,
Look, they're
Taking
not,
a look.
they're not looking for a guy in a robe. Oh, there, he's not wearing a robe anymore.
Okay,
Look
so
at this, 2 inches down. Like that was
This
How was that?
is the other thing that I would play where it's like uncovering some passageway, doorway, or something like that, and it's like find the edges, find the edges. Up, we found it. There you go. Okay,
Other
clear it
than
out.
the morning scene, the morning Mourning, has Indy ever been drunk in any of these films? I don't think so. Right? Drunk on power, maybe.
Well, he was under that spell in that other
The
Temple of Doom.
black goo that they fed him.
Yeah, I don't think he's been drunk in any other.
Watch your toes.
Yeah, watch your toes while this noxious gas comes out of the tomb. Yeah. You feel that in the theater.
Carefully. There it is.
Some weird reflection on there too.
The
That's
well of the
bizarre.
souls. Brrr.
Ah,
That does not look Egyptian.
sorry, Indy.
But it's fine.
No. Well, yeah.
Why does the floor move? Oh, not
Give me your
snakes.
torch.
Going back to the plane scene in the very beginning. We know that he hates snakes.
We know, but we didn't know until now. Not really. I mean, this is a little crazy.
That's a bit much.
What are they eating?
Each other.
How did
Yeah,
they
there's
get
no
there?
there's no food down there. It's not
No.
enough spiders to feed an entire village of snakes.
Well, what kind of air was there down there?
Egyptian air.
Oh, yeah. It's longer lasting.
Ancient
Ancient
air.
air.
Snakes.
Great line. Yeah, but that's what I mean, though, too. Like,
Asps.
little bits of comedy that they throw in here. You go first.
You go first. Great voice. And she's passed out.
No, this is another good scene. With a
He's
battle
like, yeah,
of wits.
go ahead, run. The desert is 4 weeks in each direction. Right? Is that the line? Something like that?
Something like that. 3 weeks. Well, what's a week or two?
Three.
my friends?
I could do that. 21 days in the desert, I think I'd be fine.
Yeah, as long as you had your family label.
I'll have some bread.
Yeah. Give me the driest thing that you got.
Yeah. No food, no water. What kind of people bread are you? Well, they're Nazis. Let's start with that.
Have you heard of them? They're the baddies.
What kind of people are these friends of yours? They're Nazis, Marion. Nazis.
Did you see how they treated other people in the Olympics? Did you see this?
Are we the baddies? You
This
gotta, yeah.
interesting point. Marion is wearing pants for
Before it was
the
cool.
first few scenes that we see her in, right? She puts on the dress, and after that she puts on a nightgown, right? But here's my thing. She becomes more of a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
As soon as she puts in the dress. I mean, later on, she mows down some Nazis with the machine gun. Very cool.
There we go. Little
But
ship's mirror right there.
there you go. Pervert.
Oh, nice back. I'm a back guy. What can I say? I really just like the spine curvature. Just does it for me every time. I have no loyalty to Jones.
Brought me nothing
Yeah,
but trouble.
she's a tomboy until this scene, and then you see. I mean, what do you think? Did
okay.
you ever find her to be a classic beauty? What's her deal? I know she was in Animal House.
She's in Scrooged. She was in Animal House.
I never considered her a classic beauty, but maybe I was wrong. I think I had a different standard when I was a kid. Now I see her, I'm like, yeah, she's pretty. I could see it. But when I saw this as a kid, I was like, I am not into Marion. I don't get it, Indy. I don't get it.
I think Marion is an example of, like, she doesn't put up with crap. I think that's something that he likes.
Sure.
And if we're going to go on this whole thing, too, about, Temple of Doom is a prequel and everything else like that. I mean, he had Willie Scott, who was just like a ditz, and
I didn't find her attractive either. I don't know. I never thought
noisy,
any.
loud, and all of that.
Actually, I think as a kid, I probably thought Elsa was the most attractive. But that's just my German roots.
The German roots.
Is she German? The actress?
She's
Or is she
English.
Swedish or something?
I think she's English. I thought she was English.
Oh,
Allison Doody.
Duty.
She might be American.
Duty.
I don't
think she's
remember.
American. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe British or German or Swedish.
I love this Cobra.
This is the
It did
glass,
such a
or they
great
had
job.
plexiglass or something, right?
Well, and here in this version, they edited that reflection out. In the old versions, you could see the reflection in
Oh,
there.
you're right. Probably on the VHS if we had popped that
For
one
sure, for sure. But just what a great Cobra, and it does this.
What a
few
great
times.
Cobra.
What a great Cobra. PETA probably. I heard a story that Vivian Kubrick had a huge problem.
in. There's a Vivian Kubrick?
Vivian, that's his daughter.
You poor.
Had a huge problem with why are you treating snakes like this? I don't know.
It was probably just water, Vivian.
Well, I mean yeah. Well, who knows? But I did look this up because when I was younger, I assumed that it was wine that they were drinking because it was in that kind of bottle.
I always assumed it was arak or ouzo, as the Greeks call it, which is that licorice flavored anise drink, which I grew up being Armenian, Middle Eastern. That's all we served our guests. Which is interesting because I don't really drink ouzo or arak, which I probably should. It's decent. I actually like black licorice. I'm one of the few people.
Is it like a brandy or something?
No, it's literally made out of, I believe, grape leaves, and has a very strong licorice flavor. And traditionally you pour it. It's clear. You add water. It turns milky, and then you add ice. You don't add the ice first because if you add the ice at first, it gets all messed up.
I got it.
It's actually good. If you're into black licorice, it's good and it's very potent. It's like 50%.
Yeah, I'm not a big anise fan,
Most people aren't.
but I can try things,
It goes very well with like kebab and spicy Middle Eastern food. It's delicious. So I always
like
assumed it
kebab.
was that
Yeah.
because of the Arabic writing and like that's what they produce. It's basically made in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq is where it comes from.
Well, trying different liquors. Is it a liquor or a liqueur?
Oh yeah, no, it's like
Definitely.
100 proof.
Well, you said 50%, so that would be a liquor, yeah.
Yeah, it's strong. It's
Speaking-
like it's like probably like this, right? What is this? 40, 45?
I think it's a little higher. Speaking of
48.
strong,
Yeah, it's about there.
I don't imagine that these two guys would be able to lift this stone.
Oh, we missed the Star Wars thing, but it's okay.
Oh, is it
But
already passed?
I think so, yeah. But that is a heavy. You're right. I don't think Salah's in those weights.
No. I mean, it shows them straining a little bit. But I do, in watching this, because I saw this, you showed this to me. You're like, my family label, even here, they don't, it's not a proper noun here. But you show me that video on how to drink, and it's like, oh no, it's an actual thing. But, you can imagine when I was younger, I was like, is that what happens when you drink wine? But then seeing here, again, in more high definition, you can see like that is clear. Like wine's not clear like that. So it had to have been
I
something
always assumed
stronger.
because it takes place in the Middle East, it was arak or ouzo. But
Yeah.
now thinking that he's Canadian, like why would he be drinking arak or ouzo
Well, I
or
thought
French,
it was French.
or whatever? Yeah, but they don't drink that.
What is that, French?
Was that French? Oh, there's
here
Tot,
There we go.
Mr. Evil,
He
Doctor Evil.
Dr. Evil.
We meet
I
again,
didn't spend
Fraulein.
8 years in evil medical to be called Mister.
That's a great line. Always overdressing for the wrong occasion.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? I do love this build up though. It's like
The collapsible hanger. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
it's such a
Like,
flamboyant.
what is that?
move.
A nunchuck or a choking device? But no, it's a hanger. Even though we're in the
it's
desert,
great.
I need my coat to be hung up properly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nazi number one.
And I love the eye rolling here. Even Belloc is like, "Are you kidding?"
Look, it's hard after this scene. It's hard not to like Belloc until he, tries to kill Indy again.
Well,
What shall we talk
I don't
about?
think that it's kind of like,
Yeah,
gold. If you ever wondered what was in Marcellus's briefcase, I think it was probably a mini
the
ark.
ark. Maybe this is where they show the. It's on the front of the sarcophagi, not sarcophagus, but whatever it is. It's no, you can't see anything. I think we missed it. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's there. I've seen the photos.
I believe you.
It is a great looking piece. I don't know what they made out of or what became of it, but looks really great, especially in that lighting. It does look like pure gold.
Yeah.
A lot of shadows in this movie.
shadows. The gold is definitely a like the idol at the beginning, very glowy. Here, very glowy. The music is very low. It's just like a sacred moment. Here's this box that was in there since the beginning of time. It's great.
What are they putting it
just,
in? Into a crate?
Put that anywhere.
Where do they get the crate?
I think they lowered it in.
Interesting. What a waste of resources.
Yeah.
All
Be
right.
careful.
Sun is rising, so we know it's been a long time.
It's been a couple hours.
He's been in there for 5,
couple
6
hours, yeah.
You would use a bulldozer to find China Cup.
But he's no moron.
Who's that? Shileman?
See, so I'm confused again. That's Dietrich. Well, Dietrich might be his first name. So I guess that's his last name.
Yeah. That makes
This is
sense.
the only time that I think that you ever hear his last name. Which is lucky because you never hear anyone's name.
And Sala again gets out, throws the rope, so we're still debating Sala's allegiance. Sala.
I feel like it's more for indies.
Hello! It's a good scene.
It's such a nasty place. I think we're all very good up here. Thank you, my friend.
Son of a...
No, but again, that's a callback, to the beginning when he's like, throw me the whip, I'll throw you the idol. He can never keep his hands on these things. He always loses them to Belloc.
Once again, what was once briefly yours?
What a fitting end to your life's pursuits.
Son of a bitch.
Not a lot of profanity in this movie.
Not a lot? Is that what you said?
Not a lot.
No.
A couple times.
But I do not wish to leave you down in that awful place, all alone. Oh.
And that's pretty ruthless.
That's a hard catch.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. All right. Well, she grabbed onto the...
But still, what a lucky cat. He would have killed her. Throwing her in like that.
Oh, absolutely. He would have... If she had landed on him, she would have killed him too. Oh,
yeah.
That's a decent catch. All right. Get your hands off me.
Once again, this snake. I mean, look how great this snake is. I mean, look at that.
He's angry. It's an angry snake.
I'm not a fan of snakes per se, but they are, as you call, elegant creatures.
If you have that clearly in mind.
I think that's kind of funny.
I never knew what he said there.
He uses the French, monsieur,
I always thought he said, I wonder, monsieur, if you have that Canadian mind, not clearly in mind. It's hard to understand.
Is that why you keep saying that he's Canadian, French-Canadian?
It doesn't make any sense. I thought he was French-Canadian.
Did that exist back then? Probably.
I would imagine it did.
He's still pissed. Look at
Aw.
that.
Little baby asp putting out the fire.
Where's this light coming from?
The lights.
Oh, that are in the temple?
The film crew.
That they set up?
Yes.
This is good, yeah. Jesus!
Literally. Oh, Old Testament. Where'd you get this? From him?
This little banter is pretty good from like in the old days. Where'd you get this from?
How are you trying? Watch it. Watch it.
Convenient. It's kind of like, oh, my shirt just fell off. It's been ripped away. Weird.
Oh, where are the snakes coming from? From the hollow walls.
I do like the Well of the Souls, and I know they move through here pretty quickly. I always felt like they spent a lot of time in the Well of Souls. It's like, in terms of the pacing, I know they're doing their best, but I was like, yeah, I mean, maybe we can move out of here at this point.
We should open up a bar called the Well of the Souls.
Sure.
We'll have specialty drinks like the Snake Charmer.
Nice. Well, wait a minute. Weren't we supposed to open up another bar?
Andrew's Bar?
No. It was called like the Screwdriver or...
Oh, the hardware store.
Hardware store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
But yeah, Well of the Souls bar.
Snake Charmer.
Snake Charmer, sure.
That's all I got.
Okay.
The Ark. The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, sure.
Goldschlager.
Goldschlager, sure.
Yeah, of
sure,
course.
Yeah.
This is a $1 million
Decaying
idea.
Corpse.
You know,
Zombie.
how much is the liquor license now? I think it's about $1 million.
Oh, no.
It's expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you buy a building that has it grandfathered in.
Wow.
But otherwise, yeah, it's like at least $500,000 to $1 million
No
for a liquor
wonder it's so
license in
hard to
LA.
get a good drink in this town.
It's very expensive.
Jesus.
Oh, he crashed through the wall. Oh, this is a really scary scene. At least it was when I was a kid. All the zombies, the mummies.
You know, I mean,
It's very, it's reminiscent of Poltergeist.
Sure.
The pool scene.
this is pre-Poltergeist, though. I mean, yeah, they all look great, but some of this stuff is like, okay.
Oh,
At a certain point, it's
All
just
right.
like, what am I, in a horror house? You know?
and they're all sighing and making
I
noise.
do like that.
It's a little snake coming out of the skull. That's good.
You get Marianne with that scream. I don't know if she did that, but it was just like tension, 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 and then the scream, the release. This is cool.
Oh, look.
Look at that! Look at that
was
stone
e-
bounce.
That was easy.
It just
How come
bounces.
this part of the temple wasn't buried? Then why didn't they start by searching that temple right next to the plane? Seems like a logistical
Excuse me,
error
sir.
on the part of
What?
the Nazis.
What is this building over here?
That's nothing.
Don't worry about it.
No, there's nothing.
Dr. Normal?
Look, where is that?
There's even like
It's
like,
separate from the. It's like they walk down a hallway to get to that.
Was the hallway like a mile long?
I guess so. They're gonna fly it out of here.
Then it gets loaded. We're all going to be on the plane. Yeah, well, he's very happy. Well, sort of. Dietrich is happy. There he goes again with the Monsieur.
Success. Oh, with that scotch to the Ark.
Well, we are very far from here. You, come here. Have a drink with me.
Yeah, nobody wants to have a drink with Dietrich.
So, he's the stupid boss. Even later on, when he's on the boat and she was about to slap him, everyone's like, ha 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 ha. Even Belloc is like, well, you kind of deserve it, dick.
The more I learn about this Dietrich character, the less I like him.
Oof.
Oh, kick.
I gotta.
Beats up this
I'll tell you,
this
man.
mechanic really easily.
Okay, so here's Pat Roach again. Last we saw him with a beard and a mustache in the bar.
See, I never knew that until today.
And then he's in Temple of Doom, too.
Who's he in Temple
He's
of
the
Doom?
big dude that Indy fights in Temple of Doom.
Which? Oh, wait, what? Which big dude?
You know, like the guy who keeps whipping the kids and everything like that? And then he
sure,
gets
sure,
crushed.
sure. Yeah.
So, like, I think this...
Come here.
Come. This is like...
Old school, old style boxing.
just old style boxing,
Fisticuffs.
but it's like it's obviously choreographed, but it doesn't look like it's choreographed. It just looks like a street brawl, and he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, he does. Shoelace.
Whoops, cheap shot.
Whoops. I
Miss.
heard, again, this is my Wikipedia here. I don't know if this
Sure.
is true or not, but I heard this plane was actually not a real plane. It was a conceptual design for a Nazi plane that never happened. And I guess they built it to be cool, but that could be false. Who knows?
I might have read the same thing, that it did not fly, and that it was simply there to rotate around. But then there were some other problems that happened with the plane itself. Like it rolled over his foot. But one of the things that I have not been able to find any information about this is like there are active propellers moving around. Maybe they're not moving as fast.
Yeah, how do they do that?
How do you ensure that the actors are going to stay safe?
I bet it's film speed. Can't you
But then
mess
how
with the...
but they're in the same shot.
Sure.
I just
How dare you point holes in my theory?
well, but I'm just wondering. This is always good,
It's film speed. They just mess with the film speed. I think I said the F-bomb 3 or 4 times now. It's not bad for 2 hours.
I'll go through here and I'll
Look at that, all that water being wasted.
That's gasoline, I
Ooh,
believe.
That's a nice shot right there.
But water in the movie, sure. I gotcha. But yeah, I mean, this is a good fight scene. because there's a lot going on. You know, she's holding her own. She's at the very least trying to stop, evildoers. But it gets to this point too where
stay with the Ark. Stay with the Ark.
It gets to this point where Indy's fighting. He's running away from these propellers. You know that he just wants a gun. I mean, end this fight right away.
That's what he does. He always just goes for the gun.
Which is the smart move.
That is the smart move. Oh, that would wake you up. Yep.
Sure.
Gasoline.
It's a good smell.
It is a good smell.
And he's just trying to do his, he's trying to be heroic here. And, but this burly guy is just...
Gotta blast open that cockpit.
He's bored. He's bored.
He just wants to box.
Boom.
He's just a boxer.
I do
the
think
best day of his life right here.
I do think that this is great. Just the back and forth punching, but I love the blood that Indy gets out of his face.
Boom. That's a good shot. Good shot.
Boom.
Good shot.
Boom.
All right, you got 4 good shots off,
It's
but
pretty
nothing.
good.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, but Indy's not bleeding. The other guy's bleeding he's bleeding
like
a little
German
bit.
Nazi.
This guy's gonna bleed a little bit more right here.
Whoops.
Again, PG, folks.
Well, you don't see anything except blood splatter.
You don't, but even blood. You don't see blood in a PG movie anymore. You don't see blood in a PG-13 movie. You don't see this kind of stuff.
Well, maybe you don't.
Well,
I see it all the time.
I see blood everywhere. This is always fun when you see it in the...
This is the stunt show.
The stunt show,
Yeah.
they do as much of that as possible. It's a good stunt show. It's got some silly filler in there, but...
Did you guys see it?
We did. So the first time that we went to see it, it was raining. Go figure.
Mm.
And they had to cancel most of the stunts because, they didn't want people slipping and all that.
Wow.
But then the second time that we saw it...
my friend. Holy smokes, my friends. I'm so pleased
This is
you're
what I
not
mean.
dead.
He is out of touch. I'm so pleased you're not dead.
He's good.
Hey, Indy, by the way, if you still want the Ark, it's being loaded onto a truck for Cairo.
Truck. What truck? That one.
This one. Do you know this truck apparently is sitting outside in the Disneyland Indiana Jones queue? You're like walking around and, waiting to get on that ride and it's sitting out there. It looks much smaller than what it looks like in here.
I went on the Universal tour 2 or 3 years ago. They had a couple of trucks that looked like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this has nothing to do with Universal, I guess.
No. They had the DeLorean there, though, right? I think they just had it sitting outside. It's whatever. It's
I
garbage.
didn't see the DeLorean.
It's a good part.
I don't
Great.
believe in time travel. Get back to Cairo.
Boat,
I
plane,
don't know. I'm making up
anything.
as I go along.
I love this. Meet me at Omar's. You're like, who's Omar?
Apparently some other character we didn't get introduced to.
And then again, too, I'm making this up as I go. I mean, yeah.
It's a funny line.
It's a great line.
The White Horse, again, reprised in Last Crusade. Yep. Sala, that's 3 camels. I said no camels. Can't you count?
Compensation for my brother-in-law's
car.
Lost car.
Man, what a caricature they turned him into for that last film. It's fine. He was the comic relief.
See, this is really smart. Show everybody. Show all the threats all at once. There you go. Perfect.
The Mercedes, the
what's he up
Benzo.
against? Yeah. This is good, too.
That's a good
You
shot.
can kind of tell that that's the stunt man.
Oh, absolutely.
But
it
still.
works. As long as you got that hat and the leather jacket, that's all that counts.
everybody's Indiana Jones.
But
I'd be terrified.
Does he run down? Oh, no, they don't run downhill, do they?
He does. I'd be terrified to do this.
Oh, that poor
How do you
horse.
have a horse do
Jeez, that poor horse. That's a lot of work right there.
And cut.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. German ingenuity. Nazi ingenuity. Yeah, just shoot your own guys. There you go. See how that plays out. Keep going. That's great. That's from the 1930s.
Yep.
That's Buster Keaton.
That's
kind of
all
stuff.
sped up. I mean, this entire sequence is sped up, right?
I did read that. They did 20 frames a second instead of 24.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. Doesn't look...
No, it works. He was using those old tricks and with modern technology. So, clutch, brake, and smashy.
Wilhelm scream, I think, in In this spot, yeah.
I was going to bring
Wilhelm.
that up. Yeah, there are at least one in this film. I mean, there's
Yeah.
one in every film, I think.
Yeah.
They really love that Wilhelm scream. This part where they laugh is funny. They laugh at the poor workers being tossed over. Ah!
I mean, I feel bad. I mean, he
Laugh,
really
laugh, laugh,
screwed
punch,
up
punch,
everything.
punch. Oh, there we go.
That's good. Again, this is.
Oh,
one of
this
my
is where they
favorites, man.
they put in that CG cliff. That makes no sense. Do you remember this?
CG?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, it would be matte painting.
No. Well, maybe. No, this is the re-release where they added this. I think it's this movie.
Are you thinking Star Wars?
No.
I need another cliff.
He pushes someone out of the car and they drop off of like a 3,000-foot cliff. And I was like, where's that
Well,
cliff?
he runs a car off the guy with the machine gun. He runs this guy off the road, and they fly over a cliff. But that was in the original too.
Was it?
Yeah,
Are you sure? I'll bust out the VHS.
You can do it. No, they.
He hasn't been shot yet. No, not yet. But apparently you can just, walk off a shot in the arm.
And that was a big explosion. That squib was big. That's Tarantino
And then he punches
style.
him. Then he punches him in that. It's like a
No,
bad
this is-
insult to injury, as they say.
So yeah, here's your scene that you're talking about. It's like, hey, I thought we were in the jungle.
Yeah,
Just now.
where's the? They're in Cairo. Where are
Yeah.
the cliffs? Here we go. Yeah, that looks terrible. I guess it doesn't look that bad.
No, I
so
love
that
it.
was in the original.
That was in the original.
Why would there be a cliff in Cairo?
Well, to obviously get them off the road.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, but
I
this
don't
kinda
like that.
thing-
I don't agree with that. But this looks like the Universal lot. Like, I'm pretty sure I've been on this tour. I've been on this tour with those palm trees and the pots and stuff.
Ew. Yeah. Now this is
This looks local.
this I do like. Just again, stuntmen doing stunt work. It's great, simple. Not a lot to ask. But then
not hedges. Hedges.
this little rip here. Woo.
Yeah, he's laughing, cracking up the whole
But
time.
here we go. Here's that squib that belongs in a Tarantino movie.
That guy looks Australian. Oh, he looks like he was in Lethal Weapon. Was he in Lethal Weapon? He literally looks Australian. Nothing against Australians, but he's got that look.
What is this look you were speaking of?
Australian look.
Oh, okay.
Just tan, lots of wrinkles from sun. He just looks like he was in a
Hey,
crocodile.
mate,
No,
I'm gonna shoot
him.
you in the
That's
arm.
sorry.
No,
That's
this-
the Australian guy.
This guy, when I was younger, I thought that was Johnny Carson.
Oh.
Okay,
No,
I
he
thought
looks
it was
like
Johnny.
he was in Crocodile Dundee.
I mean, he might have been. I thought it was Johnny. I thought maybe, what is Johnny doing in a movie like this? For those of you who don't know Johnny Carson,
See, those movements look really sped up.
I guess, yeah, a little bit.
Punch, punch, punch.
Okay, that's just unfair.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Got blood
Why you
on
punch
that-
me?
on that.
I got shot there, bro. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
do you understand how painful this is?
Mercedes.
Yeah, screw you, Mercedes.
A quality car.
Sure.
Also Nazi vehicle.
Also German.
Yes. Why would you grab that, Indy? Oh,
This is good. At least there was a bicycle seat here that I could sit on.
so where's this cliff that we saw 30 seconds ago?
Oh, that's long.
Oh, that's
gone.
gone.
Now we're way out.
He looks like Crocodile Dundee. I think that's what threw me
Crocodile
off. He
Dundee.
looks like, what's his face?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Paul Hogan.
Hogan.
He looks like Paul Hogan. Maybe that's why I'm
This is good.
it's
Ouch.
famous. Real stunt.
Yep.
Got to catch that whip. Yeah, but they were going like 10 miles an hour in this scene, which is fine.
Which is fine. I'm not going
Snap.
0 miles an hour under a
Oh.
truck.
It looks so sped up. It looks like they're, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could pull this stunt off on a fire road
Sure.
in a Mercedes truck.
But this is what I mean though. Like this is why I like this stunt so much. It's like the revenge, the hate that he has in his heart right now for this driver.
This Nazi.
He's just like, you know what?
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna-
see the arm?
I'm gonna give it-
You see the total.
Yeah. I'm
Whatever
gonna
you
give it
call it.
as good as you gave it.
Throw
I'm
him
gonna
out.
throw you
Oh,
out.
that's a good throw for
Now
a
I'm gonna-
160-pound man.
I'm gonna run you over.
He threw that
'cause
man out that window.
You suck.
Oh,
Ouch.
Classy death, though.
Very
We don't
classy.
see. We just see his, twitching. But
You
not-
understand that his intestines would
he's
shoot
been
out his
run
mouth.
over. Yeah, that Nazi's dead.
Yeah.
Another dead Nazi. Good news.
The music.
Oh, take
Oh,
that,
come
Mercedes
on.
number 2. Oh, that's a shame. Ow, my
Oh, yeah, my arm hurts.
Oh, I got shot and punched in it. He's wearing gloves at least.
Yeah.
But I still got the Ark. I could use your help a lot right now, Ark. Why don't you, idiot?
Maybe I could open this Ark up and...
Why don't you use some of that magic?
It's not a genie in there. But this
Back
is what I
in-
mean. Going to Omar's. That's Omar's sign right above that.
Right.
It's like nowadays they'd be like, oh, this is Omar's. Did you catch that? This is Omar's place.
So is that the bazaar scene? They're back in the bazaar scene, right? Isn't that where Marion was taken hostage? That's what it looks
no,
like.
I think it's a different place. But
Okay,
I
see, that's what I always thought.
I'm going to draw your attention. Look at Tot. It's a lump of clothes.
Okay.
It is he's not even there. Look at that. They're like purposefully avoiding his face.
He was out drinking that day.
Or something. Party time.
A British sword is a soaring sword, as
So-
free as a mountain bird.
So-
His energetic fists. That's from a musical.
It is. Who's the writer of that musical?
Oh God, it's
Gilbert and Sullivan,
it's-
right?
Yeah, it's
So-
the pirate movie.
So is Pirates of Penzance.
yes.
Is that why you were bringing that up?
No, that was completely
Okay.
coincidental.
I'm just asking.
That's really funny.
What a coincidence.
That is weird. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
yeah,
Sure.
I got the VHS if you want to
Sure.
watch it after
No, I
this.
have no desire to watch that.
It's
No.
a good film.
I'm sure it's a great film.
Your appearance is exactly the way I imagined. I love this guy.
Ha.
Katanga, right?
Katanga.
Ah, he's so
Mr.
great.
Katanga.
Katanga. He's like
But this-
Nigerian or something. I
This
don't know.
this too. Sala, he's not reading the room. Indy is like broken. He squeezes him so hard. It's
I'm
like,
already missing
"Oh,
you. That's such a great line.
I'm already missing you.
And he's
I'm so pleased you're not dead. All right, goodbye.
I guess Sala was comical by the end of this movie. He started serious in Raiders, but by the end, you're like, he's comic relief. And then they really ramped it up. And oh, that is a kiss right there. A British sword is a soaring soul,
Don't tell my wife.
as free as a mountain bird. I love this scene too. It's great.
British tar.
Yeah, Tar is a sailor, I guess. His energetic fist should be ready. Ha 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 ha. He's so happy he got kissed.
Yeah,
That boat.
I guess. It's a cool boat. Now he's very protective. He's very jealous of Marion, you know.
He's in pain.
Did you get this from him? Who he? You know. That's fine.
These pirates.
Pirates
It's
of the
lovely.
Caribbean? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Really? Yeah.
This is another good scene. Kind of out of place.
She hits him with the mirror and then he screams.
What'd you say?
Hits him with the mirror.
And he screams.
That was a good shot, though. They really hit him in the face, it looked like.
They probably slowed it down.
Probably watered down. I got that, too. You want to watch some Benny Hill? Wait, I don't need any help.
Yeah, Mr. Bean. Oh, you do have Benny Hill.
Oh, I got a
Look
lot
at
of
that.
Mr. Bean.
I don't need to
Jeez.
watch Benny Hill. That's okay. That's a great line. I use that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look anything like Harrison Ford, but I
Took
still
care of that
use it.
bullet wound real quick with a little bandage.
Probably a dirty rag.
It's fine. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
it
glad that
hurts.
his jaw still works though, after being punched and dragged and everything else like that.
Here. Oh, kissy, kissy.
Kissy, kissy.
Mwah.
Ooh. Forearm play.
Here. Mwah.
Kiss me in the crusty
Kiss
eyeball.
sounds. That's all Foley.
Yeah. This isn't too bad, I guess.
It's fine.
I care. I care.
Can we bang now?
I don't think he's interested. See, this is the thing. This is going to be made for kids, right? Kids don't want to see this. They're just like, yeah. Can we get all past the kissy stuff? This is Fred Savage.
Pretty bored with it.
Fred Savage
I was Fred
and-
Savage. I looked
Are
like
they
Fred
kissing
Savage.
again.
And I was like, why can we
is
skip
this happening?
I always fast forwarded this scene.
Can
I'm
we
not
just-
going to lie.
Well, I mean, come on.
He's so tired.
There's nothing good going on
Jones.
here.
Jones. Well,
Yeah.
maybe next time.
Never seem to get a break, do we?
And fade.
Broke my arm.
Oh, there's the Ark being all powerful.
It doesn't like the swastika.
Oh, it's like, why would you put a swastika on me? I'm the Ark.
No.
Poor rat, though. Why does the rat have to suffer? Aw.
So I read about this. They got a deaf rat.
Oh, poor rat.
So it would make that movement. Poor rat.
Just makes, yeah.
I saw a rat.
I feel
no
bad
joke.
for all animals now at this point.
Sunday night at Disneyland, a rat this big.
Did it have a churro?
And they were, it did not, but it was by the churro stand. They were, and there were a bunch of cast members all surrounding it and like waiting because it was close to midnight. They were waiting for the park to close before they like capture. I was like, man, I hope they capture it and they don't kill it on the spot. This
Poor
is
guy.
a park for mice,
Oh,
not
look at that
rats.
sub. What is that? Come on, go, 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 go. Go, my friend, go.
Get
So
into
I
the-
love Katanga. He's such a great character.
Well,
only-
he's good. He's also pretty much the only black character that we have in this entire movie.
Go, my friend, go, 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 go.
In all of Egypt.
She'll bring a good price, eh?
Yeah.
Savage.
Let go. Don't you touch me.
touch me. That's a great line. Push. Shadows again, and
We like shadows here. I'm a shadowy reflection of you.
it would only take one push to put you over the edge.
Jones, do you realize what the Ark is?
It's a transmitter.
Speaking to God. Yeah. Yeah.
There he is. Oh,
Ooh,
slap.
snap.
Laugh,
Everybody
laugh,
laugh.
laugh.
Ha ha ha. Even Belloc.
And Belloc's
He's
like,
like, you deserve
little,
it. You know
yeah.
you deserve it.
Jones is dead. I killed him.
What?
I like the little turtleneck. He looks like what is it? Zissou? What was the Life Aquatic? Have you seen Life Aquatic?
Steve Zissou?
That's what he dressed like. Yeah, little turtleneck with the captain's hat.
Oh, wow. I think it was a blue. Oh, okay.
If it's your goal, believe it's a girl. Savage. It's true. He's not in a position to ask for anything. To blow your ship out of the water. Oh, cigarette butt into Indy's face.
He doesn't know where that's going. Where's that going? Could be leading to a stash of dynamite.
The engine room? I don't know.
Here she is again, like I was referencing. Now she's in a nightgown, very vulnerable, on purpose. This is his first day on the job. He's like, I don't know how to use this compass. Is this right?
How does this even work? I always thought that was Indiana Jones in the beginning. I thought he was secretly dressed. Again, poor copies of VHS. I can't find Mr. Jones, Captain.
Sure.
He's there. Found him.
Where?
There.
There.
On the submarine that's about to submerge.
Right. For miles and miles and miles.
But he can get in through the top.
I don't think he gets in. I think he holds on. The copy that I was looking at today, you see a little, when it's going into like the cave, whatever, the base.
He's just holding on.
You see like a character holding on to like the periscope.
Is that real?
Look, he's not getting, there's people right there.
How
What's
could he get
doing?
in? I thought that was Indy right there. I was like, he got in and he's wearing a captain's hat.
He's a Nazi.
Yeah.
This is Das Boot.
Oh, we got the map again. Here we go.
Okay, they're going a couple miles here. Okay, if we see the
That looks like, is that Cuba? Looks like Cuba.
oh, Jesus. Quick stop in Cuba. Yeah, he's hanging on up there.
Mm.
That's not very. Oh no, no reason. Yeah, I get it. Oh, are these the Nazis? Oh,
They're Nazis,
weird.
George.
I didn't realize that.
I don't know why that flag was there.
There's no reason for the flag.
This is a good scene here where the guy dresses him down. Literally.
Well, he dresses up, literally.
Concert. German.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. It's like, what are they like? No one sees this.
The shoes are too small, just like Die Hard, right?
It's got feet smaller than my sister. Yeah, but that's the thing. Okay, so he's like, all right, I gotta get into the disguise and all of that good stuff, right?
I have that hat. I've worn that hat in a couple of videos.
Sure. Oh, now he's pissed. Now he's upset.
I thought you loved me.
Remember
that first time I kidnapped you?
What does that indicate then? Like, as soon as he took her, right, he's like, she can come with me. And then now he's like, so something happened.
Belloc's a psycho.
No, he is. He is. But look at all those guys in the background. You're telling me none of them see this?
Comb that hair.
Altercation.
What is this? Button your shirt. Oh, crotch kick. Oh, and hat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Take the arc there immediately.
Monsieur.
We always quote this line.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. It is the Old Testament, bro. What do you expect?
He does say it kind of weird.
Are you sure it's necessary?
I wonder what Walter Sobchak would say to this.
Bunch of anti-Semites.
What do you think? We should stop doing this because you're anti-Jewish?
You stop being Jewish?
But even he too, he can't contain himself. He's like, yeah, I really want to open my Hanukkah presents, I guess in this case, my Hanukkah presents early, because he just can't control it. I mean, if we're being honest here, he does Hitler a great service by just containing the Ark's power on this island.
True. Where are we now? Do we even know?
Well, according to you, Cuba, or
fair.
I think we're on Tatooine now.
They took a boat.
Isn't this where they filmed?
Yeah.
Isn't this the C-3PO R2-D2?
That is where R2-D2 gets shot for sure, 100%. It's the same cavern. So this is Tunisia, but like, where are we supposed to be in the movie?
It's hard to say because they were on like a
R2's like
rocky planet.
This is where he gets captured by the Jawas, 100%. For sure, you can just tell by looking at it.
All right. So another thing too. This guy's wearing his like trench coat. It's got to be hot. Also, who are these flags for? What purpose are they serving? Is there like a secret? Are there like some Nazis that are living on this island that are just kind of like, oh yeah, cool?
It was filmed on Nazi Island, so yeah, that's straight out of Star Wars. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna blow up the Ark, Renee.
Oh.
Jones.
I don't care. I'll do it. I'm not scared of you.
Todd is just like, you know what, dude? I'm tired. Eat a fly, gain the protein. But I love this as if, oh, we're going to talk you down from the ledge. Like,
that depends on how reasonable, really. All I want is the girl. Nope.
Yeah. In a plot, what
you win?
Possible reason would Belloc have for not just saying like, oh yeah, here's Marion? How on earth is that enough of a bargaining chip for him to be like, nope?
Well,
no.
He probably thought that Indiana would not stop if he had given back Marion. So it's the whole thing. You don't negotiate with terrorists. So he's like, why would I give up Marion? Because you're still gonna keep trying to mess with me.
Second, where did they have the time to make a cover for the Ark for the time for them to get back on the on this island when they're walking through? It's like, did someone stitch that on the submarine?
Maybe.
Was Frau Blucher
Oh.
on the submarines like, they'd never pay me enough stitching for this ark.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know.
I'm asking these questions.
What is
because
this island? Where is this island? I need to know. And why do they have to go there? Why couldn't they just have done it on the... Oh, sorry. Why couldn't they just done it on the submarine? Like, why does it have to be here?
Why do they have to open the ark on the submarine?
There's something special about this place?
Well,
And why is he wearing a priest uniform?
he's performing the ritual, the Jewish ritual.
Oh, sure.
But I don't know what that is.
It's Old Testament stuff.
Is Belloc Jewish?
That is a good question.
Are we supposed to think that he is Jewish? I mean, he's speaking Yiddish.
He speaks Hebrew.
Hebrew.
Yiddish.
Back then,
I don't
man.
think Yiddish existed when the Bible was written. Isn't Yiddish like half German?
I'm not sure.
think
My
it
Hebrew
is.
is not very good.
Oh, sand.
Oh, once
They
again
opened
with
up
the
ark.
sand.
Finally. And again,
Start with sand, you end with sand.
the audience has been waiting this whole time, and there are no tablets in there. We were all expecting the Ten Commandments, right? That's what it was supposed
Sure.
to be. But it's
The
just
actual Ten
sand.
Commandments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That Moses brought down,
That story.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that happened.
Same old story. Yeah, I suppose at this point, like Indy's thinking like, well, I don't really believe in superstitious hocus pocus. At this point I feel like, maybe I could rethink my stance on this one. In his face kind of betrays that. He's like, well.
They should have used this as like found footage in Indy 4 to be like, look what you did. Have you seen this footage of God?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it because I closed my eyes.
That would have been cool.
What? No, I do like this. As weird as it is, I've always enjoyed this last scene. Like lights on the eyes.
How did he figure that out? I don't
Well,
understand.
I think all he was effectively saying is,
Don't look at it. It's beautiful.
I mean, we have to figure out a way for
Look at that guy. Oh,
how can they get away with not being killed in this? Even though everything is kind of circling around them, but yep,
Tot's down with it. He's like, I've seen worse.
it's beautiful.
It's
Whatever,
beautiful.
dude. Come on.
Oh, Tot's not so sure.
Yeah.
Hello,
especially
lady.
at this point.
That is some
Oh,
haunted house stuff right there.
you
That's-
got ugly real fast.
And then, of course, the classic melting faces.
So Dietrich's head sucks into itself. You can see like little blood popping out of the ears.
Mm-hmm. Pew,
Tot-
pew, pew, pew.
Yeah,
That's a good effect.
This is great.
It does look like the Staff of Ra. That's the exact Staff of Ra thing.
That's cool. I love that too. Oh boy, PG folks.
Oh,
Yeah, there
look
we
at
go.
that.
I feel like his eyeballs would have melted, but that's cool.
That's good stuff.
Shotgun to the head.
Boom.
There you go.
Blown up.
That's some chunks.
They're all
That's
dead.
That's some chunky.
That's what you get for being a Nazi, boys.
Well, yeah.
Fellas.
If there was any message to say don't, this would be
And
it.
then sucked right back in to join the rest of the ghouls that will haunt whoever dares
Where-
open the ark.
Or this island.
And then, of course, shot up into space like all good movies do. That lid, though,
Yeah.
that lid is
Sure.
very underappreciated. It went up thousands of feet, then came right back down.
Perfectly.
Right on top, like now. Boom.
Like a glove.
Gold.
Look how efficient that arc is. It cleans
Very-
up after itself.
Yeah.
Almost as if there was no trace of anything.
Now
Cuts the
let's
ropes.
get out of
perfectly.
here. Let's take that submarine and get out of here. How do they get out
But
of there?
Indy, what about all the other Nazis that are over there?
Where are we? I think we're in Cuba.
But there's no rocks in Cuba like
We're
this.
only 90 miles from Florida, Marion. It's all right.
We'll swim it. But there's sharks. Don't worry about it.
We got the Ark.
Anti-shark repellent. Thank you, Batman.
They're all gone. And
That's
scene.
nice.
Wow. Fade? Oh, no, not
Nope.
even a fade.
Sharp cut.
Wow.
Over to DC. Probably back in England. I think they're wearing the same clothes they had when they were talking earlier in the film. Although Dr. Jones is not wearing glasses.
Oh,
at this
the
point.
money's fine. Yeah, of course.
Well, gentlemen, I guess that about wraps up. Did you not hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. I thought we settled that. It's somewhere very safe. From whom?
Oh, I don't know. The Nazis?
I think it would have been great if he said for who, and then the other guy's like, whom?
Whom? Safe from who? I don't know. Anyone that wants to try and take over the world?
Who?
Top men.
That's hard to do when you have a pipe in your mouth like that. Top men.
Famous staircase scene. Where is
Courthouse, and no, it's
bureaucratic
City Hall?
fools.
City Hall in San Francisco. I think this is where that is.
Oh.
I almost got married there.
Really?
Yeah. We were
It looks
thinking
like the
about
scene
doing
from
that.
what was that gangster movie?
Untouchables.
Yeah, is that the Untouchables place?
No, that was actually filmed in Chicago.
What?
I've walked down those steps.
Have you been to Chicago?
I've visited once or twice.
That looks like where the baby carriage rolled down.
Yeah.
Apparently stairs are a thing in many places, not just Chicago.
They do have stairs in select cities.
Oh, that's a good nail. What was that?
Yeah.
An 8 penny?
You know what I'm really happy about though is that they revisit this very underwhelmingly.
Indy 4.
Indy 4.
Yeah.
Look at this poor guy. He's like, little help.
Look.
He's
good
stacked.
job.
He stacked every box.
You know he doesn't have health insurance with that job.
I doubt it.
He's paying his
He's
own
going
way.
off in that that side hall. He's going off in that hallway to die. That's what he's doing. Well, I mean, I guess that's it.
What an ending.
What a movie. Strong movie.
Deborah Naduelman?
So
Naduelman?
here's something funny about her. She is married to John Landis.
Says you.
Well,
Last I checked, she was single and loving it. She slid into my DMs. I can't back that up. She's got to be in her 60s or 70s.
I think she's only 38.
What? Roy Carnan was a sketch artist on this?
So our
Yes. Yeah.
question for you: of all the indie movies, which one? I guess because you know that this is my favorite. Which one is yours? Your favorite?
It's hard to say. I was obsessed with this movie as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it hundreds of times.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see Last Crusade in the theater.
Me too.
So that does have a special place in my heart.
Sure.
It's really hard to say. I think, I don't know. I could probably rewatch this one more than I could watch The Last Crusade, but I don't know. It's really a tough call between those two. Not to say that I don't like Temple of Doom, because I actually really do like Temple of Doom as well.
Yeah.
But it would probably be my third favorite. It's a tie between this and Last Crusade.
I think that this one, as a film and an idea and just the execution of it, it's obviously, because I've said it before, it's my favorite. Last Crusade, though, is really close with the relationship between Indy and his dad, because their banter back and forth is
It makes the film, and but the thing is, that movie's a little bit sillier, or a lot sillier than this one.
It's very silly.
But there are some dark and gritty scenes in that one as well, just not as much as Raiders. 'Cause
Yeah.
in this year, like, we don't know if Indy's a good guy or a bad guy. He's kind of in between, you know. He's that character. Whereas in The Last Crusade, we're like, oh, he's obviously a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the effects in this movie a lot more. And I'll be honest, I think that they both have their scenes of action. You know, the tank is cool, but at the same time, I don't feel that the tank is better than the truck chase. I think the truck chase is definitely more, I don't know the word, intimate, you know, because like Indy against like one or two Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the car that's in front, but there's just something like more hard-edged about the truck chase. The tank, it's
And
got a lot of great
tanks.
You're welcome. The tank, the characters that are inside, maybe that's what it is. Like you got Brody, you've got Sala, you've got
Who were both jokes in the last.
They're
Crusade.
jokes, but they're good to be in there. It's kind of like, hey, this is our last hurrah, and it should have been their last hurrah.
It wasn't really.
It wasn't, but that's what I mean. It's like it's good to just have them in there, just to be like, this is the end, and then they're riding off into the sunset. It's like, no, this is how it should have ended.
Precious day shots donated by some of the finest families in all of Rolls
Germany.
Royce Phantom 2.
I don't know the specs, but what I will say though is I do appreciate a short end credit scene.
It's almost over.
But anyway,
That was fun.
this is great. This is the Indiana Jones.
Nothing like watching one of your favorite movies sans audio. First
Sure.
time.
Sure,
And
sure.
we know it so well that I basically heard the entire thing in my head. So
Oh yeah.
it worked out.
So thank
Subtitles help.
you for joining us, Honey Wagon.
Thank you.
Honey Wagon Magic Hour, and our audio commentary for Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or for you purists out there, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And maybe next time we'll do a light comedy.
I say Three Amigos next.
I think
one.
maybe next time we'll be doing some sort of Three Amigos. That'd be good. I honestly haven't seen it all the way through.
Oh my goodness.
And Ara is very upset with that.
One of my favorites.
So we'll see you all very soon.
See you later.
Bye-bye.